Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing one of the most underrated divers in the entire luxury watch space. This is a watch you need to consider if you want to go swimming with two-tone this winter. A timepiece built for a vacation getaway, but also for the daily grind. It's the Cartier Calibre de Cartier diver in two-tone, rose gold and stainless steel, ADLC diving bezel, ISO 6425 compliant true dive watch. This one is not for show, it is for go. And it's an easy to wear 42mm on the wrist, worlds removed from the ungainly 42mm Royal Oak offshore diver. This is an easy watch to wear on a small wrist. First, 11mm thick. Your Rolex Submariner, 12.2mm thick. Lug to lug, despite this being a 42mm watch, you're going to measure across the wrist that it is only 48.4mm, and that with a dramatically cambered case shape that truly does just fit around your wrist, almost like a clamshell. It just sits limpet-like over and around your anatomy as though it were designed specifically for your wrist. And the bracelet only compounds the impression of a timepiece built to fit and look great, because the bracelet is wonderfully compliant. It pulls straight down. There's no excess flare or fight. This is nothing like the Royal Oak or the offshore bracelet where you feel like the thing adds another 5mm to each side. Pull straight down the end. You can see the shape of the case and the short cropped, dramatically downturned individual lugs. Now the timepiece with a wonderful array of different finishing colors, textures, and tones. You can see that it features a diminishing taper to its bracelet. The flanks are satin finished, the screw heads are beautifully polished, the flanking links are satin finished, the intermediate rose gold links are of a satin finish, and then the intermediate steel links are of a high polish, almost a mirrored polish, nicely executed. You can see each individual link on both sides is removable for precise sizing, and there are half links built into the bracelet so you can fine-tune additionally. Now, Cartier doesn't have to be a slave to that historic Louis Cartier folding clasp design when it goes full diver, so it gives you a robust clasp that feels worthy of something like, indeed, the Royal Oak offshore diver. Twin trigger release, substantial components, big burly machined folding swing arms. When it closes, it's low in profile, and the twin triggers must both be depressed to open this one. Dive with confidence. Now the timepiece has a case that is simple but strong. As you can see, Cartier could have integrated the design of the lugs with the case band. Instead, they're dramatically stepped out, a little bit like Longa. The same basic idea, articulate the lugs and give them their own independent sculptural form. Attention to detail is strong too, as you can see that there is a distinct tapering of the lugs as they move from the outside to the inside. They have a little bit of a point at their ends, and there is a hairline bevel that runs along the lugs that is deliciously mirrored finished, and you can see that the bevel is present on every side. The crown guards themselves are cleverly designed because they do protect the crown against shearing, and they feature a combination of relieved and polished surround with satin finished centered and black polished screws. And they can also be removed, so if you happen to nick or ding them during a dive, they are modular crown guards that can be removed. There is a rose gold faceted geometric as well as domed crown, and you can see the outer face is domed, the inner faces are all geometric and robustly sided in a form a little bit reminiscent of a Royal Oak crown. You can also appreciate the fact that faceted blue spinel, the color of sapphire, present and correct, to give the watch an extra flourish of color and gloss. The bezel is one of the best I've experienced, and I have to assume that Cartier simply benchmarked Rolex for sound and feel. It is very crisp, but there's also a refinement to it, a sense that there was a self-conscious effort to create the feeling of a luxurious mechanism, not merely a precise one, and that's exactly the feel I get with a Submariner or a Sea Dweller. I would even say this might even feel a bit more refined, while still offering a very precise incremental detent, allowing you to step in small increments. I believe this is a 120 click bezel and very precise. You can see that the insert is actually dished and the outer face is of rose gold, so there's a little bit of a dished Rayhaut quality to the bezel. You can line it up with the minute hand. Now you have a wonderful impromptu 0 to 60 minute timer, and of course this is ADLC. The blue bezels on the divers are ceramic. This is amorphous diamond-like carbon, very hard, and it won't shatter like ceramic will. You can also see that the dial itself is distinctly Cartier, but also very functional. There's going to be a great loom shot here, but if you want to understand the logic behind what you're looking at, there's a triple date so that even if the minute hand is covering it, you can see the preceding as well as succeeding dates and therefore divine the date. by deduction. You can see at 6 o'clock, small seconds, and the stylized Roman numerals for which Cartier is known, but not to the point that they crowd the dial. There is a concentric snailing, or a sort of concentric circular guilloche that characterizes the hour track of this matte black dial. Legibility is excellent. Inside, Cartier MC 1904 PS Petite Seconde, screw down crown, 300 meters, water resistant, 27 joules automatic winding, twin barrel for even torque release from max wind to minimum wind, Edicron, so it can be regulated very precisely. You've got stop seconds, a quick set date, 48-hour power reserve, and of course you have a movement that is all Cartier, and it was launched in the Calibre de Cartier in 2010, but I feel like Cartier could probably just discontinue that watch and it would never be missed. This is the definitive Calibre de Cartier, and the one you want on your wrist. See it and make it yours on the watch box. Calibre de Cartier Diver by Night. Distinctive and easily read.